You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today is Thursday, is it Thursday? Oh, yeah, it is Thursday, the 19th of June 2025, and you're listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. And I maybe should have taken the opportunity to record this outside when I was wandering around the botanical gardens earlier, because you've basically got the same insider hotel room vibe that you had to put up with yesterday. So, when I did the podcast yesterday, I was feeling great. I'd just signed off chapter 30. A lot of my colleagues met for drinks. I'll be honest, I was more interested in getting that chapter signed off. And then, typical me, unfortunately, when I get here, is I did manage to get about 5 hours sleep. But when I woke up, it was about 3:30 in the morning local. And I did try to get back to sleep, but it just wasn't happening. So I had a look. There's a lovely little restaurant called, is it called the Bee's Knees? Hang on, I'm going to have to... Again, this is the totally unprepared nature of this. But let's have a look. Bee's Knees at the Garage, which is a little restaurant, cafe place in the Singapore Botanic Gardens. And it's about 1.6 miles from the hotel. There is a quicker route, but it walks you along the outside of the garden, and then you're only inside the garden for the last few hundred metres. So I opted to do the longer route that had me in the garden for longer. And I was hoping to get a load of pictures of birds and insects, not flies and stuff like that, but you can, if you're patient, and unfortunately I wasn't today, you can get pictures of butterflies and dragonflies and stuff like that, and birds, but it just wasn't happening today, unfortunately. So what I did was I walked directly to the shop, to the restaurant thing, which is at the north end of the gardens. I was approaching from the south, so I had to walk the full length of the gardens. And what I did when I got there was I took the camera and the lenses out of the bag. They'd already started to adjust to sort of the local temperature, because last time I did this, I got my camera out like, I'll photograph that, and within moments it had steamed up, because of course it had been in an air-conditioned, non-humid environment, and then I took it outside into a warm, humid one, and yes, it steamed up. So I knew that would happen today, so I didn't even attempt to take photographs. I wasn't looking for stuff that I could take photographs of until after I'd had breakfast, and I had a lovely mushroom Benedict, and I had a naughty croissant as well, and some coffee and water, and it was just rather pleasant. So yes, I walked there, and then I meandered back. I kind of didn't take the quickest route, and I did stop by Swan Lake, because last time I was there, not only were there, not Swan Lake, yeah, no, it was Swan Lake, sorry. Not only was that where I got a gorgeous picture of a nesting bird and some other bits and pieces, there seemed to be a lot of people hanging around with cameras. So I was kind of hoping that there might be otters there. I did pass lots of signs saying otter crossing points. If otters are crossing here, let them cross, do not interfere with them, do not take flash pictures, do not get too close. Saw the signs, didn't see any otters. Anyway, so yeah, I did that. I had a walk around Swan Lake, and then I kind of, there weren't that many birds and insects around. I got a couple of quite pretty pictures of flowers, which are rather pleasant, but it wasn't as good as last time I was here. And then I walked back to my hotel. Oh no, so whilst I was at breakfast, the other thing I did was I read through chapter 31 again. And now, it's not the first time I've read through chapter 1 of Empress of the Trees. When I originally, before I signed off chapter 30, I'd also read chapter 31. And I think I'd started reading chapter 32 as well, because I'm sure I've made a few edits to that. But anyway, no, I read through chapter 31, and it feels like it's in the right place to sign off. And if I'd been less tired today, I think I would have done a live stream and signed it off. Now, of course, I'm recording this and it's 11:30 in the morning UK time, but where I am, it's 6:30 at night. It has been a long day because I've been awake since 3:30. And yeah, I'm just a bit tired. So I have printed out, I have got my printed copy of chapter 31, so I can do a paper sign off if I feel like it, but it probably won't be today, I wouldn't have thought, unless I go to bed early tonight and then wake up early tomorrow, which UK time could still be today, I don't know. But yeah, it does look like chapter 31 is going to get signed off in the next couple of days, which is great because that's ahead of the schedule I set myself. And other than that, I had breakfast at the little restaurant in the Botanic Gardens. I must admit I had room service for lunch, and then for dinner I just went and bought a pasta bowl thing from a local supermarket. So I've eaten nicely today. I have done some writing. I haven't done none. And we shall see how I go. But it might be. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a bit of chapter 31 signing off tomorrow. And if not, I'll do it when I get to Sydney. As I say, I don't feel the urge to push myself too much now. Anything I do at this point is ahead of my schedule. And although it'd be quite nice if I can get, say, chapter 33 done by the end of this month, because then I'll only have 10 to do next month, which amusingly was the target I set myself for this month. Anyway, that's me from Singapore. I'll be back tomorrow thinking about it, also from Singapore. Probably record the podcast, probably record it quite early and then put it out a bit later, because although technically, would I be able to do one? No, if I don't do one before Sydney, that means there won't be one tomorrow. And as I said, I have pledged to do one a day this month. So yes, at some point tomorrow from Singapore, you will get another one. Anyway, that's over 6 minutes now. I'll be back tomorrow. Take care. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.